Good morning again, YouTubians. I'm just going to quickly film this intro. I just finished the last video that I did here, and we're going to have two videos this weekend, so I thought I'm going to just do this one as well since I'm in here and it's not too hot right now. We're going to do an orchid tour for July. There's absolutely lots in bloom, in bud, and spike for you guys to see today. If you watched the last video, you have been looking at this guy in the corner of your screen the whole time, I just realized. And in my hand we have an LC, Halilea Cattleya Tokyo Magic. It is a beautiful little plant. It is red and yellow. Smells quite amazing actually, and it's been a long bloomer. This guy's been in bloom for weeks and weeks. This is one that Tracy picked out at the Victoria Orchid Show. You would have seen that video where we brought that haul home. We got probably 10 plants that day. So anyways, this is one of the rewards that we got that day, and it's finally rewarding us with flowers. But anyways, what I'm going to do is take the camera down, and we're going to focus on some orchids and do this orchid tour for July. Okay, so why don't we just go around the greenhouse like we always do, and we'll start around this area here, and we'll see what's out. This thing was on last month's video as well. It is still kind of going. It's got mainly dead ones, as you can see, but that is an epidendrum. That one is still kind of going as well. It's got a few left. I don't have the heart to cut off this this spike, even though these ones are done. There's only a couple flowers left on there. That is a Brassidium, an Oncidium and a Brassa mix. It's called a shooting star. And up high, this is a jewel box Cattleya. Beautiful red color. I really like it. Really beautiful. It's got flowers on this side, up there, and down here as well. So it's loving it up there. Update on the vanilla. This guy had a bit of a tragedy when we moved the greenhouse. It got damaged right here, and I had to cut off about, I don't know, half the stem. But it has started regrowing right here. So it's got a new leaf on it finally. I don't see any other growth other than that one, but at least it's got some new growth on it for us, so that's pretty awesome. My first epidendrum of the year from this guy. Beautiful epidendrum flowers. It's quite a big plant. They get waist high. Didn't realize it was so big when I bought it. Just below me here, and just over there, I'm trying to untangle this, is the one and only Sherry Baby. Well, not one and only, but one of 4 Sherry Babies or so in the greenhouse. One of my favorite plants, that's why I have multiples. I like to always have it in bloom if I possibly can. It's doing quite well. This is from my original plant. The original plant's always been a bit funny. It always grows with weird leaves. Whatever. And it's got another spike over there. Right up here is an unknown Oncidium type of some kind. It's a Culminaria type. It has gone crazy this year. This spike, which is a sort of a hanging spike, I can't get back far enough, it's full of branches, and man, look, I've never had them branch before. Like, the spike has branches all over it. And I see actually just now, this guy up here, which is a different plant, is starting to open as well. That's a Culminaria as well. That guy is, I'm just looking, golden red star. And again, it did some branching this year. I guess as the plant's getting mature, look at this. It goes off on branches instead of just one spike up. It's branch, 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 and then up. So, really excited about that. And up really, really high there, let me see if I can grab this. This is the plant I got off of Plants and Things. That is the Millennium Magic. It's up really high, really bright. I can barely reach it up there. Whew, there we go. It's doing quite well. It's growing away, so it's doing good. My Dendrobium Phalaenopsis. It's I've never done much on it because it's never had much to do on, but it's got some big growth this year. I bought it as a tiny seedling. This is a beautiful little dendrobium. It is a Dendrobium succulatum. It's a species, sort of pendant style hanging. It's got furry little interior lip to it and a red center. The flowers do not last very long at all. That's a nice cluster of flowers though. They last maybe 2 weeks, and for some reason with this guy, I consistently get a few that bud blast. I don't know why. Bud blast happens just before the pigment transfers into the flower, and the buds actually just turn yellow and fall off instead of getting pigment. But these ones are already on their way out now. But those ones are looking really good over there. I've been zoomed in this whole time. Sorry about that. Way back in there is one of my favorites. That is the Cockleshell Orchid there. It's doing really well. Got lots on it. Lots going. Let me see if I can bring it in. Greenhouse is crowded with spikes right now. Whew. Can barely move without hitting a spike, so that's a good thing. This little beauty here. What am I looking at? I don't even remember the names anymore. They changed this. Oh yes, Prostrechia radians. Saying that wrong, but that's okay. Used to be an encyclia. So this is the alba form, I guess. It should have like little patterns in the lip, but it does not. So we're calling it alba. There is the couple dendrobiums here. This one is a green lantern. And this one here is the antelope type Indonesian Raja, it is called. Beautiful little plants. I wish I could focus better on them. I don't know why. It's not focusing. There's a bit of a focus. Bizarre looking things. The Brassavola is just finishing up. This is the first year it's bloomed for me, so I was happy about that. Came out a couple times at night to smell it, and it does smell pretty good. It does. All of the roots, or the original roots that were on it, they've all sort of done. I'm looking forward to this year's growth. Let's just say, got some new roots out there. It's looking like it needs some new roots. Here is a Dendrobium Phalaenopsis, the first one on the spike there. So it's got a little spike up there. What else do we have? We'll go back down to this shelf here. Here is this unknown encyclia, I think it is. Don't know what that guy is. Has no smell to it. A little bit of purple on the lips. Kind of cool. This guy here is a Miltassa. It is a Miltonia and a Brassa combined. So you can really see the spidery in it. It's got lots of spikes everywhere. There's another spike from it. There's another spike. There's another spike back there. Same plant. Same plant. It's kind of come out on every direction. Sherry baby, another one. So that's good. Just as the one ends, this one will begin. Now I just finished filming the last video here, so excuse my mess. We're going to go over to the table with my coffee and everything on it. And I will point you upwards. Love that red little Vanda there. It's sort of a miniature Vanda. It's always in bloom. I noticed that inside where that spike is coming from, right where the spike meets the plant, there's a second spike on the same sort of leaf node. So it might give me another one right from that same spot. That would be kind of cool. Go back down here. We looked at that guy already a little bit. That is the Tokyo Magic. Now this beauty here, I love this guy. This is Dendrobium Copper Queen. It is a Phalaenopsis type dendrobium, and look at all the spikes on this guy this year. This is all from one cane too. If we look down here, look at all the spikes off the one cane. 1, 2, 3, 4 spikes off this one cane. Did super well. It's just like a bouquet of flowers. Love that one, and I love how dark it is. It's really, really nice. Big flowers too. Where else are we gonna go from here? We'll swing over this way. My Maudier type slipper orchid is starting to fade. It's been in bloom for months. Although not an orchid, this guy's looking fabulous for an air plant. He's gone bright red. It's going to be blooming soon. It's got to be. And I have a pineapple at my feet, so I have to be very careful right now. I should have at least put things away before filming again. Up here we have some Bulbophyllums in bud or in spike. You can see a curved little hook there. That plant has about 8 flowers on it. And I have one of these guys in bloom already, so we'll get to him. I'll show you what the flowers look like. Quite exciting. Inside the warm chamber, there are some species phals. I had a question from a viewer as to what phals take warmer conditions and what phals take cooler conditions. Well, as far as I can tell, all the phals that have the shorter stems like this guy, where they don't have big arching flowing stems, actually need it warmer than the hybrids that have all the flowing stems. Don't know how true that is or not, but it's something that I've heard, it's something that I've noticed myself. So all those little species that you have that have the short little stubby stems that generally are sequential blooming and you don't cut off the spike because it'll continue to bloom, those guys are the ones that grow really warm. Now we did a video on this guy. He's looking good still. That is my Path Temptation. Beautiful plant, multiflora, everything's out at once. Looking pretty good. I love it. I wish the blooms would last a little bit longer, but they got a week or so left on them probably. Maybe longer, maybe longer. Alright, we're going to go down here into the cooler growing Draculas and that. Nice Vampira is open today, so that's kind of cool. Lots in spike. There's always lots of Draculas in spike. This guy is a Dracula Carlewii. What is this one? There's some more bloom spikes from Urethra Chate. Big long Latin name. Anyways, probably saying it wrong. This guy's kind of cool. I don't know if I've showed you him before. These guys remind me of bugs. This is a Restripia Falkenbergii. See if I can put that back in and then I'll show you closer. Has a funny smell to it. It's kind of stinky, but cute little orchid. Cute, cute little orchid. As I say, they remind me of bugs. Here's it from the side view. And you never want to cut off where they bloom from, because they keep blooming off the same leaf. So you can see how many times this leaf has bloomed. And if we look way back in there, get that in focus, there is my Scarcochylus. Nope, I always say that wrong. That's a Scaphocephalum. Scarcochylus isn't in bloom right now. But this Scaphocephalum, this one, is always in bloom for me. Look at all the spikes it has. Again, it's one of those plants you never want to cut the spikes because they just continue to bloom off the spikes. And there must be 100 spikes on there and 30, 40 flowers right now. And as we move back up, you get this tray of little miniature orchids here, as well as this guy. Now this guy we'll stop and talk about for a second because I have people asking me about him. I did a video on this guy and he had a keiki in here. The keiki was just starting to bloom. Something happened to the main mother plant and it just stopped growing leaves up there. Hasn't died, it just hasn't grown a leaf in years. But it grew this little keiki out here. And the keiki is what's got this spike on it. I don't really want to separate it from the mother plant because all the roots are connected. But beautiful, beautiful plant. I'm glad I did get the keiki. If the mother was going to stop producing any leaves, at least I got something out of it. Some more mini phals. These guys I just got for $1 at Home Depot. Here's another Path spike. So we'll do a video on him once he's out. Right above you there are some huge white phals. They are actually on the top shelf up there. And they're doing good. They're just hanging out. Another white one here. This one's starting to fade. I can see a flower has faded on it. But it's nice. So these ones here, this is what I would classify as more of the intermediate grower. I don't want to say cool grower at all, but they can take more or cooler temperatures than the phals that have the short little spikes. If you look up there, there's a yellow phal up there as well. Lots of spikes up there. There's where all my phals sit. So they're liking up there. It's really high light. I figured it'd be really too high of light for them, but they're doing okay up there. Another little white phal back there. I have all these white phals from when we had our wedding. I had orchids in the wedding. We will go across this way here. And this is an unknown Oncidium. I've had it for years. It continues to bloom for me. I continue to not know what it is, just a hybrid. And Miltoniopsis are back here. This is one plant that I divided into 3 last fall. So all the pseudobulbs on all 3 pots have got spikes on them. Big flowers. If you look at them compared to my hand, they're big. They smell like roses, so that's kind of nice. Another one back here, another one over there. So there's actually 3 pots of them now. One thing, when you have a big plant and you go to repot it, you can never get the plant back in the pot all together. You always end up having to divide it a little bit. And this guy's beautiful too. This one always surprises me with the name here. I always think of it as like a culminaria or something like that, but it's an Oncidium St. Anthony of Egypt. Cool plant. I really like it. It's got another spike down below here. It's right there. And what else? There's a Lycaste. We did a video on these guys not too long ago. They're still going strong. They're still going really strong. I'll take you down below again here where the Masdevallias live. Cool little red guy here. A bunch of yellow ones down here. I love Masdevallias. Masdevallias are a cool growing orchid, so they're always going to be down low where it's a little shadier. This guy's a Masdevallia, the snowbird, I think. It's one of the few that actually has a scent to it, so that's nice. It's so pure white, the camera does funny things with it. Another cute little Masdevallia down there. So we're like right on the ground in the greenhouse there. Another Lycaste. I have tons of those. What else? We're going to go up. A few more Lycastes you'll see. And we're going to look at this guy up here. This is one of my mounted orchids. It's in bloom right now. It's sort of a miniature flower. I'll see if I can focus on it. Let's see if I can... There we go. Look at that. So this one is a Bulbophyllum. And it's a Bulbophyllum bulbum, I think it is. Nicknamed the bulbless Bulbophyllum because it actually doesn't have any bulbs to it. So takes up a lot of room, has tiny little flowers. At least it gives me lots of spikes and they're reliable. You can see them all behind the other Bulbophyllum here. They're everywhere on this plant up now. So that's good because it takes up a lot of room. And go down, go down, go down. Don't move you too fast. This guy here is a cute little plant. Promenia. I have a few of them. The other one's not in, it's in bud, but it's not in bloom yet. So I'll show it to you next time probably. This one's called the Chameleon. It's a hybrid, but it's yellow and it got a dark purple, almost black spot in the middle. And then what I'm going to do is we're going to leave you with this Bulbophyllum here. Kind of a bizarre one. It is, remember I said that we had the Bulbophyllum in bloom or in bud up behind me there? Well, this is the same sort of plant. So this is what the flowers are going to look like. Absolutely a bizarre flower. The first one I showed you is almost on its way out, and this one's just starting. Bulbophyllums have a hinged lip to them, so you can see the flower lip right here is very hinged. It's one of the few orchids that's like that. And it just sort of waves in the wind. I don't know if it's to attract pollinators or what, but yeah. But anyways, we are going to leave you with this of the Bulbophyllum and end our tour here. I hope you enjoyed the orchid tour for July. Definitely lots to see. If you want to see more videos like this, make sure you subscribe to my channel. And as always, thanks for watching.